The National Girls Speech and Debate Championship is brought to you by Mermac Productions in partnership with the Ghana Education Service, Ghana Commission for UNESCO, Forum for African Women Educationalists, and Planned Parenthood Association of Ghana. Proudly sponsored by Marden's ID Systems, Identity Management Systems, Intelligent Card Production Systems, CUPA Study International, Verna Mineral Water, McBerry Biscuits, and Planet Drinks. Also supported by Uncle Adlaw for Buying Organization and Canan Care Travel and Tour. NGSDC, Educate, Empower, Encourage.
I call her the Ghana woman because she has been a major bridge between the diaspora and the country, Ghana. She has been able to connect people to their roots through various initiatives. She has been projecting Africa on international platforms like BET. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a woman who is the member of the Order of the British Empire. She's the president of the Grow, Unite, Build Africa, GUBA Enterprise. GUBA Enterprise is a social enterprise organization dedicated to advancement of diaspora Africans and Africans back home through various socio-economic programs and initiatives. She's a visionary, humanitarian, and leader. As a dedicated mother of four, she spent her time between the UK and Ghana, effecting change within the community. The GUBA Awards has been recognized as a community-building organization with substantial influence. Her work to improve UK-African relations earned her an MBE in Her Majesty the Queen Elizabeth II's 2016 birthday honors. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the lady. I call her the lady and the Ghana woman. Oh, you're not doing it all.
Sunshine, 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 sunshine. Give me the sunshine.
And her name is Lady Denta Amwatain, member of the Order of the British Empire.
Thank you, Blessing. Good morning, everyone. It's good to be here. You know, when you're always coming to speak on the stage, you're like, what am I going to speak about? What should I tell these young, beautiful, amazing, courageous Black queens? And for me, I just want to share a little bit about my journey. So I was born in Draso, Asante Achim. And at the age of 5 years old, my parents came to take me to the UK. When I went to the UK, I remember my haircut was just like you guys right now. And when I started school, people started looking at me oddly. Like, is this girl a boy? Is she a girl? Like, they wasn't too sure. And I was the darkest in the class. And one day, we had to go and have lunch. Meanwhile, in Draso, I'm eating body and kontomri, right? And I've come to this country, it's cold, and they're giving me burger. And I was like, what's this? I did round, and I'm like, what is going on? I didn't understand it. Sometimes in your journey, you find that you'll be put in situations that you don't understand, you're not familiar with. And so you have to adapt. In your journey, you will come to a place where you have to adapt. And I had to, because I wasn't used to the cold. These are all things that sometimes we find funny, but sometimes it can give you depression. You won't understand it. And I was somebody also that I started my period at the age of 8. Yes, at the age of 8 years old. I remember going into the toilet and I was bleeding and I started screaming, me woo, in the toilet. And then my teachers came and like, what's wrong? And they're like, it's your period, it's fine, you'll be okay. And at that time, my parents never talked to me about periods. And so, again, having to adapt, I was a very sporty person. I was a very, very sporty person. And I remember we were doing football, so I used to play football, and I had soaked myself. And guess who helped me? It was a guy that came to stand behind me. I'm saying this because, girls, we talk about supporting each other, being a keeper, whatever, but sometimes we are not. It should have been a girl that stood behind me. Anamebwa. It should have been a girl, but it was a guy. So, big up to the boys. You know, sometimes we talk about, you know, us women, we need to have the men in the room because sometimes it's the men that also support us, right? And then, later on in my journey, so I became a pediatric nurse. I'm a pediatric nurse by profession, qualified when I was 21 years old. And whilst I was doing that, I loved singing, I loved sports. So actually, before I did my nursing, I used to run for England. And I was really pursuing that, and then my dad sat me down. Akosia, yes, Dad. Also, I said, Daddy, I'm fast. Like, Dad, I can run 200 meters, 100 meters, like, I'm good. And my dad was like, not in this house. And I was like, Dad, but, like, I'm really good. And he was like, no. You can either be a lawyer, a doctor. Who else can name the other things that you can be? Teacher, educator, accountant, and what else? Engineer, or a pilot. And the final thing was a nurse. I said, but Dad, like, this is not me. Like, I can do, I'm great at running. He's like, no, pick one. I was like, what? So I picked nursing. He's like, you love kids. You're always around children and you love your nieces and all that. And I was like, okay, I'll be a pediatric nurse. And whilst I was doing that, I actually fell in love with being a pediatric nurse. Sometimes the vision that you may have is not the vision that you're supposed to do. Whilst doing that, I was doing my TV presenting. I was, doing hosting. I was on BBC doing acting. So you can balance, right? You can balance what you're doing, your career, with your passion. You can. Then I had an opportunity to manage Asamoah Gyan. Anybody know Asamoah Gyan? Okay. So in 2009, he was in Sunderland. And we had the GUBA Award, so I have an organization where we celebrate Africans in the diaspora and Africans on the continent. And I went up to him. He came to the awards. Then I went to Sunderland to go and meet him. And whilst we were talking, I was like, oh, I think I can manage you. He's like, I said, yeah, I think I can manage you. He said, okay. And that was it. Confidence. You must always be confident. You don't know where it's going to take you. Asking that question that you think, say, oh, this person, they might not say yes. Just ask. Even if you look like an idiot for 5 seconds, it's fine. You don't know what the answer will be. You're not in that person's head. So ask the question. Ask the question. Be confident. Be assertive. And he gave me that opportunity. And then I managed to get him good brands to come on board. Then I had another opportunity to organize an event for Benjani Mawari. He was the captain of a Zimbabwean football team. And so he asked me to organize it. So I brought all of these footballers, Drogba, you name it. We all went to Zimbabwe. And then we were going on a bus to see Mugabe, the president. And as we were going, one guy stopped me and said, "Oh, madam, the president only wants to see the footballers." I said, "Excuse me? What do you mean?" He said, "Yeah, I mean, you're not a footballer." That's exactly what, you're not a footballer. So, you can't get on the bus. And I was like, I'm the person that organized this whole trip. I'm the one that brought all the footballers to Zimbabwe. I'm getting on that bus. He was like, "No, stay there, please." And then I see Benjani come in. He's like, "Let her on the bus. She is the one that's organized all of this." Again, confidence, knowing who you are, knowing what you've done. Okay? It's important. It's not that you're being rude. You know what you're about. You know that you are the one organizing it, so you should be at that table. So we go to Mugabe, and then guess what? Mugabe's talking to Denta. Because boys, what does he want to talk to the boys for? He doesn't want to talk to the boys. He wants to talk to me. He's like, "Oh, hi, how are you? Where are you from?" I said, "Oh, I'm from Ghana." "Oh, my wife Sally was from Ghana." I said, "Yes, I know." And he said, "You be my second wife." I said, "If you give me all the diamonds and everything, I'm sure I can." And so, again, I'm just telling you different journeys that you will come across, that you have to be confident, you have to be assertive, you have to be outspoken. Then, has anybody heard of the Grammy Awards? Yes. Okay, great. So the Grammy Awards, a few years ago, I went to the Grammy Awards in Las Vegas, and I organized an event. And as I hosted it, and as one of the persons were leaving, they're like, "Oh, you were such a great host. Here's my card. Keep in touch, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." So I took the card. And then I went on the stage, and I saw this black person on the stage, and he was the CEO of the Grammy Awards. And I was like, "Wow, he's amazing." And I kept in touch with the person that gave me the card, and knowing he was the project manager for the Grammy Awards. And so I contacted him, we started speaking, and I was like, "Oh, I think, I've put Harvey Mason Jr. To be awarded by CUPA, but I'm not sure whether he'll be able to come, and, I don't know his schedule." And he was like, "Denta, try. I'll give you his email address, try and see whether he'll come." Again, that fear of, "Oh my God, he's the Grammy CEO, like the Grammys is so huge, blah, 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 blah." I sent the email and they responded. They were like, "Yes, we'd love to come to the CUPA Awards." And I was like, "Hey, this is the CEO of, what? How?" Cut a long story short, he came to the CUPA Awards, and as he was leaving, he said, "I want you on my team." And I said, "You want me on your team? How?" And I was like, "How?" He's like, "I've come to Africa for the first time, and I've seen the work that you do. I want you to help me with Grammy Africa." And for me, that was a moment where it taught me that nobody's out of reach. Nobody is out of reach. Whoever you want to meet, you just have to work hard. You really have to work hard. Put in the work. Look, I don't sleep. I have 4 children. 4 children. Some people have 1 and they're complaining. I know everybody's journey is different, but you can do it. You have to be prayerful. You have to walk in your light. And you have to be humble. What did I say? You have to be what? You have to be humble. Harvey Mason Jr., the CEO of Grammys, he's so humble. Even with all the things that he's doing, he's humble. Sometimes you meet somebody and they're just so like, you're just like, You have to be humble. Thank you all so much. I'm wishing you all the best in everything that you're doing. And remember, it always seems impossible until it's done. That's one of my favorite quotes by Nelson Mandela. It always seems impossible until it's done. Sometimes it seems impossible. You think, this one, I can't do it. This person, I can't talk to. This person, no, it cannot be done. It looks like it, but trust me, just give it that try. God bless you all. Thank you so much.
Imagine a world without worry. A place where everyone is who they say they are. Where the people and assets most important to you are protected. A safe space. For over 3 decades, Margins ID Group and its subsidiaries have been building this world. Our state-of-the-art access control systems, asset tagging systems, and CCTV installations ensure that the assets most important to you are protected. We have designed and built award-winning national identity infrastructures, supported by our ultra-modern in-house designed and built verification system. We are the identity experts. We represent you, and we are certified to do so. Proudly, the only African facility to be certified by Intergraph at central banking level. Margins ID Group, made in Ghana by Ghanaians for the world. Visit us now at www.marginsgroup.com.
The schools debating are Nalerigu Senior High School. Let's put our hands together for the debaters from Nalerigu. Hands together from Fawe. Great. We have Nalerigu Senior High School for the motion that Ghana should abandon its pursuit of industrialization and instead adopt a nationwide shift to organic living as a sole means of preserving the planet for future generations. The motion again, Ghana should abandon its pursuit of industrialization and instead adopt a nationwide shift to organic living as a sole means of preserving the planet for future generations. Nalerigu says yes, Ghana should adopt it. Nsawam Senior High School says no, Ghana shouldn't abandon its pursuit. And we have the two schools here to put forward their arguments. As I always say, it is a battleground not of fists but of facts and figures. Our timekeeper.
Main speaker has 7 minutes. On your 5th minute, you hear the bell go. Then it means you have 2 more minutes to finish. So when you hear the bell go praying at once, don't get scared. Don't feel like you're supposed to wrap up. But it means you have 2 more minutes to finish. Then the second speaker has 5 minutes. So when you hear the bell go prrr, it means you have 3 more minutes or 2 more minutes. You've exhausted 3, you have 2 more minutes. Then the last speaker who will do the summaries has 3 minutes. When you hear the bell go prrr or an end, it means that your time is up. Then you can stop. Are we okay? Are we good? Judges, what are you judging? What are you looking out for?
Welcome both schools, Nsawam Senior High School and Nalerigu Senior High School. It's a pleasure to have you and we're wishing you all the best. So here's what we're looking out for. We're looking out for content, and so per the topic, we'd like to hear the real substance of it. We want to go and do a research and hear that everything that you have said can be substantiated. And then organization, how you arrange your pointers from your introduction all the way down to the conclusion. And then we also want to see how you deliver the pointers that you yourselves have come up with. And we want to see how you would also teamwork with your members as well, so that you're not presenting like an island, okay? Yeah, and content is for 35 marks, organization is 25, delivery will also be scored over 20, and teamwork also over 20. An overall score will be 100 multiplied by all the 3, and then you have 300, okay? So you're looking to get a total of 300 out of your 300 to make it to the next stage. Are we on the same page? Okay.
Imagine a world without worry. A place where everyone is who they say they are, where the people and assets most important to you are protected. A safe space. For over 3 decades, Margins ID Group and its subsidiaries have been building this world. Our state-of-the-art access control systems, asset tagging systems, and CCTV installations ensure that the assets most important to you are protected. We have designed and built award-winning national identity infrastructures, supported by our ultra-modern in-house designed and built verification system. We are the identity experts. We represent you, and we are certified to do so. Proudly, the only African facility to be certified by Intergraph at central banking level. Margins ID Group, made in Ghana by Ghanaians for the world. Visit us now at www.marginsgroup.com.
And the principal speaker for the motion.
To begin with, the chair, I would like you to permit me to sing a very brief song about our environment. This is how the song goes. My environment and I, we are friends. She is the source of everything I need to live. As I protect her, she protects me. My environment and I, we are friends. The chair, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, co-debaters, distinguished guests present, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen. The motion before the House is, quote and unquote, Ghana should abandon its pursuit of industrialization and instead adopt a nationwide shift to organic living as a sole means of preserving the planet for future generations. And I, Nipan Rashidatu, the principal speaker of Great Nalerigu Senior High School, rise boldly to speak in favor of the motion. The chair, I would like to explain some of the keywords found in the motion to enlighten the understanding of all and sundry. According to Longman Dictionary of Current English, adopt is to take something, abandon is to leave, preserving is maintaining something for future use, while future generations are people who are yet to be born. The chair, to hit the nail on the head, my opponent, may I ask you why it has taken us good 11 years, but yet the Plant Breeders Bill have not yet been passed. This very bill is currently one of the long-standing bills in Parliament. The reason for this is that the civil society organization, Ghana Food Sovereignty, and others opposes the bill due to its negative impact on the environment. A general news article titled, quote and unquote, don't pass Plant Breeders Bill. Samia Nkrumah appealed this on 8th November 2017. The chair, there is a saying that a healthy nation is a wealthy nation. And this brings us to one of the greatest merits of organic living. Organic food are often higher in nutrients, which are essential for good health. The benefits of organic living extend beyond individual health to the health of the planet. The chair, one most important reason that support this motion is preserving the ozone for a safer planet. Organic living provides us proper, safer, and productive environment, which protect the depletion of our ozone layer. The chair, we should not forget about the mantra, when the last tree dies, the last man also dies. It is through this that Ghana Web published on 19 December 2022, quote and unquote, the importance of Green Ghana Day. Also, the chair, organic living promotes the consumption of food grown without synthetic, antibiotic, and genetically modified organisms, which reduces the exposure of harmful substances linked to health issues such as chronic diseases and others. Also, the chair, organic living on the other side of agriculture is less costly and environmentally friendly, is less costly and environmentally friendly practice which protects our environment as a result of industrialization by increasing the resilience within the agro ecosystem. The chair, prosperity will not forgive us if we allow industrialization to destroy our environment. What I mean here is that my grandchildren, your grandchildren, their grandchildren, and our grandchildren will not forgive us if we allow industrialization to destroy our environment. The chair, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, co-debaters, distinguished guests present, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to call on everyone, including my pretty audience at the other side, to join hands in support of the motion, quote and unquote. Ghana should abandon its pursuit of industrialization and instead adopt a nationwide shift to organic living as a sole means of preserving the planet for future generations. Thank you.
The chair, impartial jury, accurate timekeeper, co-debaters, ladies and gentlemen, good day. I respond to the name Wendy Baji, a dignified student of Nsawam Senior High School, and I am elated to be given the opportunity to speak against the motion before the House. I quote, Ghana should abandon its pursuit of industrialization and instead adopt a nationwide shift to organic living as the sole means of preserving the planet for future generations. Unquote. Before I proceed to elaborate on my major points, permit me to give a brief exposition of the key words in the motion to bring it well at home. The chair, industrialization, refers to the process by which an economy transforms from primarily agriculture to one based on the manufacturing of goods. Organic living is a concept that refers to consumption and use of products closer to their natural states without chemical input. Future generations, according to the International Institute for Sustainable Development, refers to the people that will live after the current generation has passed. Honorable Chair, my opponent argued that industrialization hampers health benefits. The argument that industrialization leads to the widespread use of synthetic chemicals, pesticides, and GMOs in our diet. It's really much ado about nothing. Genetically modified crops, for example, require less use of pesticides or none at all. How then does industrialization affect our health? The Honorable Chair, we intend to offer a viable solution. As an alternative for organic living by the end of our submission. But before that, permit me to enumerate a few benefits of industrialization. Esteemed judges, firstly, Ghana needs to be an industrialized society because industrialization ensures economic growth. My opponents, let me educate you on the fact that most economies in the world started from agrarian economy, but because it was not sustainable, they transitioned to industrialized economies, which has brought economic freedom and development to most countries through job creation, wealth generation and tax revenues. Industries fuel prosperity and provide necessary resources for investments in healthcare, education, and infrastructure. An article published by Grey Group International indicates that industrialization is the backbone of economic growth and innovation. No wonder all the developed countries in the world, such as UK, USA, China, Japan, Germany, etc., are considered as heavy industrialized economies. According to Statista.com, in 2012 to 2022, industry contributed significantly to Ghana's GDP than agriculture. In 2022 alone, while industry was contributing 31.99% to Ghana's GDP, agriculture contributed only 19.57%. It is sad for me to report that 10 countries most dependent on agriculture are all from Africa and are considered as low-income countries. On contrary, SafeguardGlobal.com reported in 2023 that all the advanced countries in the world form the top 10 manufacturing countries. With this, I ask my audience, do we need to go back to agrarian economy? It's a hell no. Furthermore, the chair, industrialization enhances labor and brings about a more efficient division of labor. My audience, you all will bear me witness that organic farming, which is a major component of organic living, requires a more manual labor for tasks such as weeding and pest control, which can be time-consuming and costly. The innovations of industrialization allows for since the 19th century, allows for the mass production of commercial goods to meet the increasing demands of the world population. Industrialization allows for specialization of tasks, where workers focus on specific aspects of production. This results in increased expertise, efficiency, and productivity as workers become highly skilled in their designated tasks. The chair, impartial jury, with specialized roles, workers perform tasks quickly and with high precision, boosting overall productivity. Again, the division of labor in the industrial setting reduces the time and effort required to switch between different tasks, minimizing interruption and enhancing workflow efficiency. For instance, countries that have industrialized tend to have a higher GDP per capita and better employment opportunities. Similarly, the chair under Kwame Nkrumah, Ghana's first president, Ghana in the 1960s, undertook a significant industrialization effort to diversify its economy. This period saw the establishment of several state-owned enterprises and factories, such as the Tema Oil Refinery and the Volta Aluminium Company. This specialization helped these countries to compete both locally and internationally. The chair, with all these classical examples given, if my opponent still comes here to argue that Ghana does not need to become a nationalized society, then she is a spectator, not a citizen, as opined by President Akufo-Addo. Finally, the chair, pursuing industrialization necessitates development and expansion of strong infrastructure for our transportation network. As industries grow, there is an increased need for efficient means of transporting raw materials to factories and finished goods to the market. A good example is the Tema Port expansion, which has significantly enhanced the country's ability to handle larger volumes of import and export cargoes, boosting trade efficiency. Another poignant example is China. The rapid industrialization that has taken place in that country has been accompanied by massive investments in its transportation infrastructure, including the construction of an extensive high-speed rail network and improved highways. Ghana can similarly benefit from an increased investment in roads, railways, seaports and airports, facilitating smoother and more efficient transportation of goods and people. As a country, we've all been victims of our poor transportation network, which is reflected in terrible roads, leading to accidents and subsequent loss of precious human lives. Do I need to remind my opponents of the stress and frustration thousands, if not millions of Ghanaians go through on a daily basis as they have to navigate through slow traffic jams before they get to work and back to their homes? My opponents, you and I, let me ask you this question. Do you want future generations to sit in the slow traffic jams you and I sat in before getting to this venue? If your answer is no, then I do not mind you joining me at my table to have a deeper discussion about industrialization rather than organic living. The chair impartial jury, all protocols duly observed, with the above points well delineated and looking at the defeated faces of my opponents, I therefore call upon all and sundry, including my opponent, to reject the motion. I quote, Ghana should abandon its pursuit of industrialization and instead adopt a nationwide shift to organic living as the sole means of preserving the planet for future generations. Unquote. Thank you.
The National Girls Speech and Debate Championship is brought to you by Mermac Productions in partnership with the Ghana Education Service, Ghana Commission for UNESCO, Forum for African Women Educationalists, and Planned Parenthood Association of Ghana. Proudly sponsored by Margins ID Systems, Identity Management Systems, Intelligent Card Production Systems, CUPA Study International, Verna Mineral Water, McBerry Biscuits, and Planet Drinks. Also supported by Uncle Adlaw, for Buying Organization, and Canan Care Travel and Tour. NGSDC, Educate, Empower, Encourage.
Supporting speakers for the motion.
The chair, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, co-debaters, distinguished guest present, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen, I greet you with a good day. The motion before the House is quote and unquote, Ghana should abandon its pursuit of industrialization and instead adopt a nationwide shift to organic living as the sole means of preserving the planet for future generations. I, Baku Shaibu Wahidetu, the supporting speaker of the great Nalerigu Senior High School, the pride of Northeast region, rise up vehemently to speak in favor of the motion. The chair, since my principal speaker has already expatiated some of the keywords found in the motion, I will not waste time, but go straight forward to advance my point in support of my stand in the motion. To begin with the chair, let us call a spade, not a big spoon. The chair, you will agree with me that Ghana's rich biodiversity and unique ecosystem are well away under the immense pressure from industrial pollution, the mad rush for raw materials, coupled with the unchecked emissions from factories and power plants are degrading the air we breathe. An organic lifestyle is the only solution to this serious national issue. Our mind should be focused on natural processes as a clear alternative to revitalize soil health, protect our precious water bodies. The chair, also, some may argue that Ghana as a developing country needs industrialization as a path to progress in order to catch up with the outside world. The question that arises from this erroneous assumption is, the chair, permits me to ask my opponent, do we rely on industrialization at the detriment of our environment? And the answer is a big no. The relentless march of industrialization has left our planet gasping for breath. The impact of industrialization on us is like a looming wall which will soon fall on all of us, including my opponents.
A return to organic living offers more sustaining and equitable future. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look into our cosmetics industry. Most women and some men wants to lighten their skin. These people do not mind using cosmetics containing harmful chemicals such as parabens and sulfates. These chemicals are sulfate from our industry. These chemicals leads to all sorts of health complications, including kidney disease. On the other hand, organic beauty products provide all these essentials for us. Lastly, the chair staring us clearly in our faces are the devastating effects of improper mining practices, toxic pollutants running off into our water bodies as a result of industrialization. The question we all should ask ourselves is, how safe is our drinking water? According to a report by a BBC on 10th August 2021, about 60% of Ghana's water bodies are polluted through illegal mining. Nida explained the implication of this on us and the environment. The chair, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, co-debaters, distinguished guests present, fellow students, and organic lifestyle means consuming and using products closest to their natural state without chemical inputs. Yes, organic products say a big no to chemicals. Anything that is found naturally in nature can made to be a part of organic lifestyle. The chair, since the product overboils itself, I would like to call on everybody, including my opponents, to join me in my campaign for the motion, quote and unquote, Ghana should abandon its pursuit of industrialization and instead adopt a nationwide shift to organic living as a sole means of preserving the planet for future generations. Thank you.
The chair, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, co-debaters, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Albert Enyama, a student from the undoubtedly prestigious school, Nsawam Senior High, and I'm privileged to debate on the motion before the House. I quote, Ghana should abandon its pursuit of industrialization and instead adopt a nationwide shift to organic living as the sole means of preserving the planet for future generations, unquote, which I strongly rise as the first supporting speaker to debate against the motion. The chair, I will proceed since my principal speaker has done justice to the key words in the motion. But before I proceed, my opponent asked a question that, do we need to rely on industrialization for progress? The chair, I think my opponents are forgetting that industrialization leads to job creation, since a report from Ghana Statistical Service states that a total of 207,492 jobs were created in 2014, of which the industrial sector recorded 24,095 and the agriculture sector only contributed 1,576 jobs, the least of all sectors. The chair, I will now proceed to my major points. The impartial jury, first and foremost, industrialization ensures effective use of natural resources in diverse ways. Natural resources play a crucial role in economic development of every nation, and Ghana is not an exception. They serve as the backbone for many industries. Industries require raw materials such as minerals, metals, timber, and agricultural produce to manufacture products. This leads to the extraction and processing of natural resources from our environment. If Ghana abandons its pursuit of industrialization and instead shift to organic living, what happens to our natural resources? If natural resources are processed, they add values to the manufactured goods, which increase revenue. The revenue generated can be used in social programs such as healthcare and education. The chair, it is an undeniable fact that Ghana is one of the largest producers of gold in the world, as well as producers of natural resources such as minerals, manganese and diamond. So my opponents, if you care to know, industrialization has leveraged on Ghana's natural resources to develop sectors, create jobs, and stimulate the economy. The chair, another point to consider is that industrialization leads to increased productivity and affordability of goods. Productivity, according to the Oxford Dictionary, is the rate at which a country or a company manufactured goods, usually in connection with people and the amount of material and time necessary to produce that good. It is not gainsaying that industrialization has given a positive facelift to the production of goods. Due to industrialization, there is an improved mechanization, and this is as a result of the availability of better tools, that have improved productivity per labor hour. Through industrialization, machines help people to make their work more quickly. For instance, an 18-wheeler can transport goods over a distance of time far more efficiently than a working man or a man with a bicycle and a backpack. The chair, my discerning audience, with this, we can all see the explicit handwriting of higher productivity and affordability of goods in economic growth, which improve the quality of life of each person, including my opponent. Finally, the chair, I would like to ask my opponent this pertinent question: which will be better? Embarking on organic living and having to live through severe food shortages, coupled with high cost of food, or pursuing industrial agriculture, which will certainly ensure food security, low cost of food, and availability of food all the time. I don't perceive my opponent desires such a scenario for our beloved country, where we have to purchase all our food products from industrialized nation. The Food and Agriculture Organization highlights that while organic farming has its benefits, it yields less per hectare compared to conventional farming. In a country like Ghana, where agriculture is vital, industrial method will enhance productivity and food security. For instance, the adoption of improved seeds and fertilizers has significantly increased maize yields in Ghana. The chair, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, co-debaters, ladies and gentlemen, the following are the points raised. 1. Industrialization ensures effective use of natural resources. 2. Industrialization leads to increased productivity and affordability of goods. 3. Industrialization ensures food security. The chair, all protocols duly observed. With the above points raised and explained, I would like to call on you all to rally behind me and let's make a decision that will benefit our beloved country, Ghana. By rejecting the motion, I quote, Ghana should abandon its pursuit of industrialization and instead adopt nationwide shift to organic living as the sole means of preserving the planet for future generations. Unquote. Thank you.
The National Girls Speech and Debate Championship is brought to you by Mermac Productions in partnership with the Ghana Education Service, Ghana Commission for UNESCO, Forum for African Women Educationalists, and Planned Parenthood Association of Ghana. Proudly sponsored by Margins ID Systems, Identity Management Systems, Intelligent Card Production Systems, CUPA Study International, Verna Mineral Water, McBerry Biscuits, and Planet Drinks. Also supported by Uncle Adlaw, for Buying Organization, and Canan Care Travel and Tour. NGSDC, Educate, Empower, Encourage.
Imagine a world without worry. A place where everyone is who they say they are, where the people and assets most important to you are protected. A safe space. For over 3 decades, Margins ID Group and its subsidiaries have been building this world. Our state-of-the-art access control systems, asset tagging systems, and CCTV installations ensure that the assets most important to you are protected. We have designed and built award-winning national identity infrastructures, supported by our ultra-modern in-house designed and built verification system. We are the identity experts. We represent you, and we are certified to do so. Proudly, the only African facility to be certified by Intergraph at central banking level. Margins ID Group, made in Ghana, by Ghanaians, for the world. Visit us now at www.marginsgroup.com.
We can have the final speaker for the motion.
The chair, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, distinguished guests, co-debaters, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen, I greet you all. The motion before the House this afternoon is, quote and unquote, Ghana should abandon its pursuit of industrialization and instead adopt a nationwide shift to organic living as the sole means of preserving the planet for future generations. The chair, these are the following points, my dear principal and supporting speaker mentioned on the behalf of the motion. The chair, 1. Organic living improves health. 2. Organic living preserves the ozone for a future generation. 3. Organic living helps the soil to retain its nutrients. 4. 4. Organic living is an environmentally friendly practice. 5. Organic living is 5. Organic living helps. 5. Organic living is an agricultural practice that is more or less as compared to modern agriculture. The chair, there is a saying that a nation that doesn't have plan for its future generation is a dead nation. So therefore, accepting the motion is not a step backward, but rather a step forward. So I call on everyone to join me in support of the motion. Thank you.
The chair, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, all protocols duly observed. Good day. I, Lorena Medi Kakari, a student of Nsawam Senior High School, and I'm elated to make statements of closure to our argument against the proposed motion. Distinguished judges, we live in a very complex world where a concept like organic living cannot be oversimplified. Organic living sounds great in principle, but the practicality of it is an entirely different thing altogether. We cannot, as a society, completely discard industrialization in the name of organic living. That's the tantamount of throwing the baby away with the bathwater. If my opponents are so desperate about saving the planet, hence their proposal of organic living against industrialization of our beloved country, then I'm glad to burst their bubble. The chair, I propose the following solutions as alternative to organic living. Firstly, a shift from fossil fuel to renewable energy sources. Stand as the cornerstone for sustainable industrialization. Fossil fuels, including coal, oil, and natural gas, have been the primary energy source since the advent of industrialization. However, as my opponents has already argued that the combustion of these fuels releases substantial amounts of greenhouse gases, contributing to environmental degradation and global warming. Conversely, renewable energy sources such as solar, hydro, and geothermal power offer a clean and inexhaustible alternative to organic living. So my opponent, industrialization can take place by the adoption of renewable energy sources mentioned above. Again, the implementation of green technologies, which encompasses a wide range of innovation designed to mitigate environmental impact and promote sustainability, has been found to preserve the planet Earth for future generations. First, development and deployment of energy-efficient technologies can significantly reduce industrial energy consumption and greenhouse gas emissions. For instance, the use of LED lighting and energy-efficient motors in manufacturing facilities can substantially reduce energy consumption. In conclusion, the chair, Ghana's industrialization and environmental sustainability are not completely mutually exclusive goals. Therefore, if my opponents insist that we abandon industrialization for solely organic living, it's an overreaction. By adopting renewable energy sources, implementing green technologies, Ghana can embark on the path of sustainable industrialization. These strategies not only mitigate environmental harm, but provide economic benefits, such as job creation, energy security, and public health. As the global community strive to combat climate change and promote natural resources, sustainable industrialization strive as emerges path forward. The chair, the following are the points raised against the motion. 1. Industrialization enhances economic growth. 2. Labor and efficient division of labor. 3. Technological advancement and innovation. 4. Development and expansion of transportation infrastructure. 5. Create job more opportunities. 6. Effective use of natural resources. 7. Affordability and productivity of goods. 8. Food security. The chair, all protocols duly observed. With the above points well explained compared to the feeble ones raised by my opponent, I therefore call upon all, including my opponent, to reject the motion that I quote. Ghana should abandon its pursuit of industrialization and instead adopt a nationwide shift to organic living. Thank you.
Imagine a world without worry. A place where everyone is who they say they are, where the people and assets most important to you are protected. A safe space. For over 3 decades, Margins ID Group and its subsidiaries have been building this world. Our state-of-the-art access control systems, asset tagging systems, and CCTV installations ensure that the assets most important to you are protected. We have designed and built award-winning national identity infrastructures, supported by our ultra-modern in-house designed and built verification system. We are the identity experts. We represent you, and we are certified to do so. Proudly, the only African facility to be certified by Intergraph at central banking level. Margins ID Group, made in Ghana, by Ghanaians, for the world. Visit us now at www.marginsgroup.com.
If you find a good debater on the left side, it will be by just 1 or 2 marks on the other. So this is quite competitive, especially for the best debater. Okay. For the best debater. And for overall performances, it looks like we both, all judges were on the same score. And so we'll start as the protocol. We shall present certificate of participation to all contestants. Ladies, congratulations for a job well done. Very competitive debate, industrialization and organic. Even the judges here were debating among ourselves, yes. Okay, we'll start with Nalerigu Senior High School. Congratulations, Rashida. Congratulations for your remarkable participation. And congratulations to Shaibu as well. Shaibu, congratulations. Very well done. Very well done. And then finally to our third debater, Atie Abigail. Congratulations, Abigail. Well done. Well done. Well done. We shall now present a certificate to Nsawam Senior High School. Congratulations, head girl. Yeah, Wendy Baji. Congratulations. Girls perfect, we're told. Very well done, with a nice dimple. And then our protocol. Hey, proto. Congrats. Entapia. Congratulations. I definitely will look out for that dance.
Definitely.
Okay, all right. Lawyer Edie, would you help us present the best debater? The best debater gets to get some goodies from Flora tissue. And again, we said that this was very, very competitive for the best debater.
We'd like to know the marks, if it's possible.
So the marks was just about 2.
2?
2.
Wow.
2, and we have also personal reasons why it will go to the person that is winning. We've selected, yes.
All right.
Congratulations to the second speaker of Nalerigu Senior High School as the best debater for the day. Yeah.
Put your hands together for her. Best debater. She is surprised.
Yeah. Congratulations, Saibu. And here's what I picked up from Doc. Congratulations. Doc says that this certificate and this award is going to Shaibu because for a debater, she was calm.
Okay.
And she, yes, and you're also getting goodies
from Flora. Can we have the rep from Flora to do the presentation?
Yes, and she was in time.
Doc,
she was within time. Yeah, the bell didn't go off on her. So for both the debater who would have come keenly competitive was the entertainment prefect for Nsawam. But it looks like the bell rang on her very well. But for our speaker here, she was in time and very calm.
Congratulations.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so let's go to the winner. So for Doc, the motion which was presented by Nalerigu Senior High School had a total score of 195, and then for me 187, and for lawyer 196, which came up to a total of 578. Now for against the motion for Doc, he scored a total of 220, and for me 249, and also for lawyer will be 195 for a total score of 657. Congratulations to Nsawam.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello Monica, can you come over? Make you chop love and tuna. I want you here, don't send me your tuna. I don't mind that Uber driver, I go fit by that Uber. Oh my girl, party me money, cow. Wake me up, baby, and I go make you